Ladies and gentlemen, with me, the Brazilian Stark that is, well, an amazing player as well, and now a caster with me, Mr. Stark, Barles of Blue Tatars, Margougou with Britons, and we were talking about the civilizations, but now we need to talk about the maps. And what do you think about the maps? Starting from Barles, for example.
Okay, so about Bar's maps. He starters, so he probably doesn't want to have a lot of early engagements. He wants to bank up all those ships to get a very strong early castle age play. So I feel like having forward resources like those berries and this gold might be an issue, but he can also solve that by building at the front of it. Dropping barracks, houses, archer range, all in the front of those resources can solve the issue for him. His woodlines, well, he lacks like a full back woodline, which is always a bad thing versus Britons, you know. He can just get to Castle Age and start sniping your views. So Barge will have to make lots of army and be creative to play with this map. It's not the ideal map versus Britons.
Ooh, but this lame against Britons and having Tatars bonus as well, taking 2 ships, this is already worthy, Mr. Stark. From
For sure. Taking
Very
ships for the
nice.
Britons is always great.
Yeah. And now what about the map from Margougou?
Well, about Margougou, his gold is very close to the TC. The berries are on the back. There's a back wood. He also has the option of a back gold. If he wants even to play more defensive and try to go for the early castle age time, for example, he can. You know, he can just use like the back gold wall back there. He's already going for the back wood. He already realized that he has a good map. So I feel Margougou map is a bit better. So if he just do a few palisades and protect his main resources with the buildings, if he wants to go, for example, for the main gold and not for the back one, he will just be fine.
This is very nice. And I don't know if you have been watching the other series, how do you feel that the aggressive gameplay is being rewarded, man? It feels that the player who get the initiative going aggressive, in contrary of what is happening many times in the ladder or in other games or even maps or tournaments, who's being aggressive is winning the games.
The ones that are taking, that are assuming risks are getting rewarded, you know. The higher the risk, the higher the reward, and players are getting more. They are just taking more risks, going for more aggro approaches. We have seen a lot of double range openings in the last few series, in the last few days. That's not something common. We were just seeing everyone going for one range, lots of walls, a more passive gameplay, just trading skirmishers. And now we are just seeing like players going full aggro on Feudal Age. We have sets, for example, of Hero and Dogon, both playing like double range on Feudal Age, Winchester with the double range. Yesterday we had Daniel.
Vivi. Have you seen Vivian today?
Yep.
I mean, who feel like with polls against China, you know? Like, well, but Vivi is a special case, you know? So, yeah. Let's see. Anyway, for now, we see 3 values on wood for both players. So, it's become kind of standard nowadays, right? 3 values on wood. Barely we see 4 anymore.
Exactly, a very standard build. I'm eager to see Margougou using the French Drush, you know. I just want to see he dropping 2 militias together with the initial scout and going there to annoy after clicking up. And that's very strong. A lot of people underestimate this 2 militia Drush, but it's very deadly strategy, especially because the scout already has the Feudal Age bonus. So the scout is faster, the scout has 5 attack. So this Drush is very dangerous because usually you think, oh, there are only 2 militias. I'm feeling confident to fight that with like more 4 wood villagers. And then suddenly one of your villagers has less than 10 HP and there's nowhere to run because the enemy scout is going to chase you. So it's very tricky.
Okay. This is why they go super, super fast. And you can see Barles 19 population up. The same. Both exactly the same. With the barrack already no mill, man, for any of the players. Now it's going to make probably the mining camp on both players. What do you think? Because the scouts don't think it's going to be. It's twin militias, both players, as you were talking.
I agree. They are going for that. One interesting thing is that both players are just benefiting a lot from the ship, but in different ways. While Margougou has already eaten his ship here, of course, he got lamed. but he will have to make a transition to the mill as fast as possible. He's even sending villagers towards the deer. He even thought about that, but just canceled and went for the mill. So he might have some troubles on the early game to set it up, because he'll have to compete his resources for both setting up the economy and setting up his military buildings. But when you look at Barles, he's starter, so his ships last longer. So he's just gonna eat those ships for a long time, and this just allows him to go for the investments into an archer range, blacksmith, without even having to concern about the mill. So while Margougou is being forced to go for the mill, Barles is in a more comfortable position right now.
But Stark, Margougou didn't even push any Sevra, now that I'm checking. Not any deer, not anything. Like, he got Lamit and he didn't push anything, and now he's in troubles. He has to be careful. The village is not going to build a house now. He's going to defend the goal. Okay, very good reaction by him, an archer range, but the economy difference it's really important right now. It's really important, so he really has to be on point here, because if not, he's not going to be able to come back here, because, I mean, just look, the village on berries, that is the only food income. If he get in idle that, from where he's going to get food?
Exactly.
It's already
he has
idle.
a very uncomfortable position.
Oh, wow. Well, he's in the house here. He's going to go, Stark.
I feel like Barles is already ahead to do that, so he has to keep pressuring, keep exploiting, perhaps even adding an early blacksmith. He has to be some more greedy right now, you know. The more he forces up the fights, the best it is for him. Even some skirmishers might be great after a few archers, because versus the skirmishers, well, there's no midterm. You have to counter them with either your own skirmishers or make a transition to scouts, which Margougou is not even close to be able to do so. And going skirmishers for such poor eco on food, it's not a big deal.
Aren't you surprised that... Yeah, he's gonna take probably one village here. Aren't you surprised the village is gonna be down? Or it should be down? It is down. Let's go. Down. Aren't you surprised that he didn't make the blacksmith Barles instead of the mill? I mean, now he could do it, but he could have done early. He's doing now, and he could have the fletching already. And if he's there now with archers and fletching, then it's definitive for Margougou, because he's in a really difficult position.
I feel like it's a good time, you know. He's just playing safe. He knows that he's ahead. He's setting up the economy, dropping the mill. There's no point in having like the fletching for like 1 or 2 archers, you know. For 3, 4, that's fine. But even if he had like 2 archers and fletching, what if the Briton just pop it up like 2 skirmishers? Then all of his investment is gone, you know. So you want to get fletching, but sometimes there's no benefit in getting like it first than a mill, for example. He's just getting at a reasonable time. Margougou has dealt well with the situation. The advantage that Barles had is now gonna drop off. The ships are about to get over, and now we see why Britons are dangerous, because he's gonna start outmass Barles do his archer range. 10% is huge, man.
He will. So then maybe what he need to do, Barles, is to keep now a little bit more defensive. If he felt that the damage is done, he has 3 villages more, which is a lot. But Margougou, as you mentioned, he's starting to have more and more army. He has now 8 armies. 6 is true that he is still with the militias alive, which is not gonna be too important anymore, because the archers are there. So if you micro, the militias will go down, like they are about to be down. It's gonna be down 1. There you go. Oh, it didn't kill it, but you know, very low HP. Now good micro here. What Margougou should do, because he's doing now fletching, and he knows that he's behind. Do you think that second archery range is a possibility to see, or with Britain's 1 archery range is enough in this situation?
Honestly, for now, I feel like 1 archer range is fine. He should just focus on his army control and try to get better trades. I like the decision of keeping his militia alive. There was no spot for him to attack, right? Barles had his wood and gold walled, so there wasn't many options for him. So keeping the militia alive is good, because now he's having to face a mix of archer and skirmishers. So those militia, as you mentioned, they can be out-microed by archers, but they are very helpful in a full engage here, because they can go and target the skirmishers, they can absorb some of the damage. So while Barles has to micro against the militia, Margougou can just focus on the archers, you see? And that can give him like 2 archer kills, and that's where he wins, by having the militia alive.
And that's it. He's working like a shield. As you can see now, the scout is gone, but the scout from his opponent is still alive. That's a problem. He got to be careful. Some idle TC here for Barles. As you can see, look at those archers and the skirmishes need to be back. Ooh, gonna be a problem here. The scout being alive is annoying. Now he take it. And military numbers, Barles is still keeping the numbers. Barles still keeping the numbers. And
some
yeah,
small
go on.
details here. Margougou had a very risky decision here. He went for fletching before being able to afford double beat X. He didn't have the eco, so he felt like, man, I need the fletching. I need to survive and I need to fight. Later, I think about the economy. So he just went for this approach. Now he did the double beat X. Barles just found a small heal layer to fight using the Tartar bonus. That he was just perfect for him to get that engage. That was very smart play. And Barles is playing aggressive. That's why he's using. He even added the padded archer armor upgrade. So he went for an upgrade that forces all the trades to become more risky for Margougou.
Yeah, and the economy is looking so healthy. That's why now this is the first time Margougou is coming to make a counter attack. And let's see if Barles is gonna be able to notice this because he's the goal and he's exposed. It's 4 archers, he can see it. Let's see, he has patrolling, but he's 4 against 2. He should micro properly here and take the battles. He's gonna take it, yes he will. And with 4 archers, you kill Valier. So he has to be careful because now he's gonna lose that big advantage he got. Well, Valier down. So look at the Valier is different now. He's 1 Valier different when it was 3-4 Valiers at some point. He got some idle time also Barles. And still, the economy he has collected till now, Mr. Stark is giving him still the lead and is about to go up to Castle Age.
Exactly, he's about to click up. This counterattack was a bit bad. It could have been avoided with a few more walls, but Margougou has invested a lot. He knows that Margougou has dropped a tower. That slows down and denies him from properly using a market to boost his uptime. He has also invested into the padded archer armor. He wasn't comfortable in trading ranged units without having the armor, so that also delays him to go to the next stage. So Barles just forced Margougou to expand a lot on the defense, you know. Getting the defense, making the tower, all of those decisions makes your castle age time later, and he's just benefiting a lot here from the attack.
He's really so behind. It's true that he has a good farm in the Margougou, but he needs to wall. If he's not walling, now he can do whatever he wants. The problem here for Barles is that he doesn't know how far is Margougou to go up, because if he knew, he could do anything. I mean, he could do Lancers, he could go, I don't know, Knights, Archers. What do you think he's going to do? It seems that he's still going to go Archers and then probably with the Thumbrin try to keep attacking with the crossbows. Do you like that?
Archer approach. I like it. I feel like the Thumbring is huge, especially on the beginning of the Castle Age. And I feel like he knows that he's going to be faster to the next stage. By the moment you see an enemy making a tower, you know that if you just drop the market, there's no way that he's going to catch up. Unless he had some equal advantage before, which is not the case. So I feel like he's just confident that he's going to go faster to Castle Age. So there's no reason to switch the armies. I feel like just crossbows. And if he's feeling down, he can add a few skirmishes like... If Britain survives that and starts messing up too much crossbows for him to deal with, he can just transition into some elite skirmishers too.
Yeah, so Margougou is not even up yet. He's gonna be up now. There's a skirmisher behind the woodland, and Margougou is still fully open. He's coming with some skirmishes. Now he's going back, and this is the problem. He needs to hold 2 minutes and 40 seconds. 2 minutes and 40 seconds. He has 5 elites more. Population is still ahead to Margougou, but you need to stop this. He's gonna be able with this army to stop it. Well, he's not doing Botkin. He's doing crossbows. He has the hill advantage now. Margougou, well, the time that he get here, the better for sure. But I like how Barles is avoiding this battle. And I say, okay, you can stay there, but I'm just gonna try to make damage at your base. But ooh, that path thing, I don't know if it's what he wanted. He's going to the north, and now this is not terrible for Margougou. I don't know what you think.
Yeah, this is actually great. Margougou is being able to keep the enemy army off his base for some brief period of time. That allows him to have a better transition to Castle Age. But he already got his north wood denied. All the villagers were going there, now they're coming back. He knows that his wood's exposed. The villagers went back and forth at least 2 times. So he's having a lot of idle time. And he's not properly getting all the economy he wants as Britain. So he'll have to try and take that difference out later with the battles, with the micro. It's not a comfortable position, you know. Barles knows he's ahead. He just wants to boom, defend, and raid.
Let's see what he's going to do now, because now we need to see. He knows that he's behind, that his opponent might have more army or better upgrades, even that he can have a second tone center. So it's going to be ballistic, it's going to be... what is he going to do? He has a lot of gold, Margougou, and I don't see any market. So without the market, he cannot balance that economy, and the Crows are now there with the Thumbrin. He's now in castle, but look at the resources he has. No food, no wood, 500 gold after the botkin. You need a market here, and Britons could do a lot better. He has 6 archers, 80 skirmishes, awkward position here, and Tatars is getting the advantage with the economy. Still, the extra range is there, and I like what he's doing it again. A counter attack here with the archers, and if he's going to the goal, those gold miners are kind of exposed, but he's not going. Oh, he's going now. He can see it, not yet. Oh, this can be very good for Margougou. Look at this archer Stark. He's going to be there in between both tones and let's see the micro. Those are with 8 range, remember. Oh my god, an amazing move here by Margougou. 1 villager down, 2 villagers down. He's killing here. This is a great move by Margougou.
And the timing was just perfect. The skirmishers just left the base, you know.
Yeah. He's now also in the other side. He need to go back as well. Tone watch, but he's doing the market. The crops are coming. He can see it or not. In this situation, I think Margougou should have done tone watch, man, as well. Because just look how you don't see the army coming. Yeah. And he's so exposed.
Could he afford it? I don't think he could afford it, right?
Yeah, that's true. That's why he's doing the market now. Yeah. Okay, he's gonna buy the resources now. Balance the economy. Balance the economy. It's balancing the economy. Well, to wood. He's gonna go ballistic or what? No, siege or shop. Do you like it?
Well, I think it's a very interesting approach because there's nothing so special about the ranged units from Barles. You know, they have the Tumbling, but they cannot like outrange a Mangonel. So Mangonel or a few Scorpions can just help him a lot to transition to this game. And he needs to be aggressive. He knows that he's behind. He won't be able to catch up in the booming. You know, so he needs to be aggressive now and
right.
Exactly, yeah. All-in. When you are behind, there isn't much chance, you know. You can just delay your defeat by trying to boom, knowing that your opponent's just gonna reach the next stage faster, drop a castle on your face, start trapping, or you can try to win the game. So he's going to try to win the game.
Actually, going all in makes sense here. His opponent, as you can see, guys, is doing already ballistic. That's gonna be deadly bad. They both has +2/+2. And since he has now the Mangle is coming, maybe he's gonna be fine. Look at this Mangle shot. He's gonna take... Ooh, good timing here with the Mangonel. Yes, he's now forcing him to go back. And his range is also helped him a lot. Really a lot. I don't like his hood, for sure. Look at that Lumbercan. Kinda ugly, right? He's gonna make a TC. No!
Very ugly.
Don't go there, man. Don't go there, Margougou. I know that you want the goal, but you don't need there the TC. Delete it and make on this wood, man. I mean, I know it's ideal, but you don't have army there. You don't want to lose more villages, and you have the goal protected with a tower. So just make the safe TC. Or not. Like, don't take this risk. Delete it and make the TC there.
So much trouble, man. So much trouble to get raided like that, knowing that you were already ahead. Margougou had to move his wood line at least twice, man.
Yeah, that's definitely the game here, in my opinion. You know, it was too much. Trying to go that way, you have to go all around. The market is there. Just look at the TC he's doing now. It would be perfect from the start, and there he has lost a lot. And now Barles, who is playing a very nice game and safe. Obviously, 1, 2, 3 tone centers. He's so much ahead. He can do whatever he wants from now.
He's playing safe. He's adding more archer ranges. He's going for a Mangonel as well. So he just wants to keep those small trades in the center of the map, knowing that he will eventually outboom his opponent.
Okay. He's gonna be here with the... Okay, yeah, he's playing good. He's playing good. That TC is... there's some skirmishes he's gonna be able to deal. The good thing is that Margougou still have more army. Always dangerous to face the Britons. You know, but he has no ballistic, and the military from Barles, he still have +2/+2 and ballistic, so he shouldn't be also in a bit danger against that army.
I agree. And he's even transitioning to Cav Archers, man. He knows that Margougou map is difficult to defend in the way the game has developed into, so he's just adding more Cav Archers. He'll probably just try to defend here with the Mangonels on the hills, a few skirmishers, buy time, and meanwhile he'll just try to keep sneaking Cav Archers to raid, like he was doing already with the crossbows and the skirmishers, but in a more effective way due to the mobility.
Yeah, because you have some village here probably to repair that Mangle, but he can't. There's army all over the map. He's now trying to out-micro Barles. He's doing a good job here, but that Mangle is going to be down, and without that Mangle, I know that he still have more army than his opponent, but the economy difference now is insane. 77-48. I mean, when you are 30 villages behind, you don't know, right? But as a caster right now, you feel like what you can do here to really come back.
Yeah.
It's
usually
too big of a difference.
you know you are behind, but it's not like you are having a lot of time to think of what to do, right? Barles is attacking in multiple sides non-stop. He stops one attack, he starts another. He's just dropping like small groups of units to raid and force Margougou to multitask and split his army to defend. A lot of idle time for Margougou do every time he has to keep moving his wood line. He did it like 3 or 4 times already. So this is insane, man. I don't know how he can surpass that. He still has one win condition, which is going for the siege, and all the ranged units try to win like battles non-stop in the center and start pressuring and regain the map control. But eco from Barles is so huge that at the moment he's already thinking about dropping a castle, perhaps even transitioning to some Keshiks or going for the Imperial Age for Rusar. So he's just in a very comfortable position.
Yeah, we have seen how strong can be the Keshik also. The Pierce armor they have is insane. And there's another Mangonel down. The problem is you are talking about attacking and attacking and attacking. Barles is not letting him attack. When he's trying to go, he always has army there and he's killing the siege. He's killing the Mangols. Now he's forcing him to make another TC on the stone. Okay, this one Cavarts is still being annoying behind the woodline. And as you can see, they have also the mobility. Those Cavarts now, they are fast and unpredictable. They are going so quick there. I think he did the husbandry too. So how you can do damage and no ballistic here. He got wheelbarrow, scale barred armor. Yeah, he keeps trying, but look at the score difference, you know?
Yeah, it's huge, man.
It's huge, man. Well, because the difference
Very
is
well
insane
played by
right now.
Barles, man.
Yeah.
It's nice to see Tartars being played. On theory, they are great Civ, but we are not seeing them a lot, you know?
Which one? Britons?
Tartars.
Oh, no, Tatars. I don't know, because it's true that if you go for range units, the transition can be a little bit awkward if you are in the same timing. They don't have Arbalest. So, might be that. No?
That's true.
Has to be that.
But still, the early game. This game was won in the early game, like way before they even thought about the Arbalest transition, you know? So the early game is just strong, and having those ships that last longer on this meta when you were delaying mill and so on, is just a huge boost for the economy, you know? Barles just showed that, so I like that he's bringing up new strats.
Yeah. GG. But he did the 2 militias, right? And he had a very, very low economy. Those 2 militias, I mean, I think you have to adapt. You are the expert here, but when you are being limit and so on, just adapt. Don't make the 2 militias and go only for directly archers, even more with a civilization like Britons. I don't know what you think.
I have to agree. I think that he could still go for the militia, but perhaps he needed more food sources, you know? He was going short on food. He had to delay double beat X. He got idle time on the TC. The food was really a downside of the game from Margougou. I feel like he could have either lured a bit, but he was so committed with the aggression that he didn't want to get his scout back to lure, so he ended up taking that, and it was indeed a bad decision.
Yeah, and Barles is a player that is very, very solid, let's say. Would you consider him a meta player?
I feel like he's a meta player. I agree with you. He knows what's best here, and
he's good with the decisions, you know? Like, Barles is very good with the decisions. He has very good knowledge about the game. You know, the problem is that he, for example, face some of the players that are just faster, obviously, and, well, with the mechanics, let's say. Well, they will have, obviously, he will have more problems, but still, he's not a player that is doing huge mistakes. He played usually very, very safe, standard, I will say, and solid. And this is what he did in the previous one. And honestly, he won with his last pick versus the third. That also gives confidence to the player when you are playing a tournament, right?
Ah, for sure.
And
That boosts your confidence by a lot, man.
yeah.
Someone even said, man, the issue is that Margougou tried to play with the Britons, but he's French, man. Exactly, I agree. That also plays a big part.
Okay, that makes the things more complicated, right?
Exactly.
Okay.
He was out of his comfort zone, you know.
Aye. These trollers. Barles with Gurjaras, Margougou with Portuguese. That's the next one. Oh, a new subscriber. Let's go, man. Let's go. Thank you for the support. Don't forget, guys, that if you also want to follow the Stark channel, you have in the title on ! Co-caster. Gurjaras and Portuguese. What do you prefer here?
Honestly, I feel like Gurjaras are just great. You can, once you are like in Castle Age, you can just focus on your stable units. So both the Shield Hider, the Shivan Hider, and the Camels, they're just great. So you can counter both ranged units and cavalry. For the Portuguese, they might be forced to either choose to play like, oh, I want to play knights and monks, or I want to play with crossbows and knights. So they have to go for at least a double, different unit composition, like two very different units, not like two cavalry units, you know.
Okay.
I feel like it's more simple to play as Gurjaras.
Stark, I'm gonna bring you in the camera again because I don't want to put you in an uncomfortable position or situation, but
Oh my.
when the hell you are gonna coach me, man? I'm asking to all my co-casters, all say yeah, but nobody's doing, man. I need to get 2K, man. If I get 2K, I mean, let's make a deal in front of 5,000 viewers. What is the deal? What I need to pay you? For a coaching?
Honestly, well, ma'am, I can. If you just come to me with already a 2K1 rate, I don't know. I can make you 2K in like less than 1 day, man. Just putting you to play and lose some games, you know.
Game number 2, guys. He's a troll. Okay. Game number 2, guys. He's a troll. All trolls, guys. It's what it is. What can we do, guys? Let's go. I love you too, Stark. Margougou, Portuguese, Barles, Gurjaras. I got debated. I don't know why I even try to make these kind of things. Unbelievable. Okay, let me switch the cameras. And Portuguese, Margougou as a red in the north or on the left, Barles, Gurjaras in the south. Very important to lame the Gurjaras. So do you think Barles will try to do it? Sorry, Margougou will try to do it?
Let's see. I feel like he should do that, right? He just got lamed. I would be like, man, that guy just won me because he lamed. I'm gonna lame him back and show something.
Okay. No, but nah, he's not. He's not laming. He's focusing his own economy. Yeah, he's playing safe. Okay. So, honestly, I don't know if you saw the previous series. He got Gurjaras PV against Dougal, and going for the. And it was a matchup that it was difficult against Incas, but he was booming and then was going to drop a castle. If Gurjaras get the economy going, the units they have, they are scary, man. They are really scary. I mean, and Portuguese might... I mean, if you are able to do the units with a good economy with Gurjaras, Portuguese can hold that composition.
Well, I feel like Portuguese are one of the civilizations that have the units to counter the Gurjaras, you know. Their monks are cheaper, so if Margougou wants to play like knight and monks, he have like 80 gold monks, cheaper knights.
True.
So he can even fight versus the camels and the other riders by converting them and so on. If he wants to go for the crossbows, they are also cheaper. I would honestly, like the Portuguese, try to play like a 1-to-C strat here if I want not to allow the Gurjaras to grow up so much in the game. So going like all into crossbows and knights, using these double unit composition. I know it's hard, I know it's difficult, but you know, you have the discounts, you have the early eco bonus to get yourself going. So you can just make a strong feudal age with like archers, scouts. Later he can go for the crossbowman and knight composition. That should probably be the best way for the Portuguese to win the matchup.
Well, probably market approach that we have seen a lot. Even if you are selling the stone, then it's not going to be uncomfortable with that situation. Because as we were talking, you might say, okay, knights, monks, and so on. But those riders are so fast. But well, we will see, because we need to analyze first the map. And the map for Barles, I don't like that he has one wood at the edge of the map, if you can consider that a back wood. But their main woodlines are kind of exposed. Two woodlines, I will say, those in front. Berries and gold at the back, okay, but...
This is great. This is just great. The berries and the gold on the back, especially the berries, usually players try to exploit and attack these mills from the Gurjaras, you know. People are like, oh, I know he's hiding his sheep there, and I know it's benefiting his eco a lot, so let me just try to idle him. Players also know that the ships are usually on the mill, so Gurjaras usually do not have food under their TC once they get into feudal age, right? They have to lure, they have to eat the boars, they have to get some extra source of food, so they're very dependent and relying on this food. So if you have like the mill in a forward position or in a hill, that's totally a point that you can exploit. So having the mill at the back is great for defending, is great for keeping your early feudal age safe. This is just great for Barles.
It's one of the ships, like poles, right? You need the berries at the back, and you have, well, already a very nice position. But exactly. Portuguese, he has done a more standard build order this time. He has the mill, makes sense because you get the bonus also with the wood for free. Let's say he has one woodline not too far from the TC. The berries are also close to the woodland. The gold is on the right side with kinda open map there. And well, for the later game, the left part of the map with the two woodlands and that cliff, you can protect it. But for the start, it's an open map. It's an aggressive map, and you really have to make army in these map generations start, because how to wall all this?
Yeah, man. Coach these just make to nerf wallers here. You have to make army. Army in the current meta is a must. Early army, early fights is just what you need to do. That's why so many players are just going for faster and faster uptimes, dropping army as fast as possible. Sometimes it's a matter of survival, you know. If you don't do that, you're just gonna die. In the previous game, for example, Margougou had to skip his double beat axe to have fletching for the early fights, or else he would be dead. So
yeah, but it's very important. It's very important to adapt to the situations, and that's what it makes also you better and better player. Because in the previous one, as we said, don't make the malicious. Change your plan. You have to do something else, something different. Anyway, this is another game. Second game, Barles is already up with 18 villages. His opponent with one more. He has the mining camp and he's coming with the two militias again. So popular became this, and well, he seems to be doing the job. Not all the time, but let's see. This is gonna be now two militias as well. And Margougou is not having the timing. Barles is having the initiative, the timing, and Stark, the momentum. He's here with the camel and the two militias, while just away, just leave Margougou. And now he's creating already chaos.
yeah, he's forcing Margougou to make some bad walls, to retreat some builds from the gold mining. Margougou is also trying to answer by the same stuff. We are seeing this a lot, right? Players are not going back to defend themselves. They are getting attacked. They rather just trade one villager to stop that attack and attack the opponent meanwhile. So he's doing that.
Yeah.
He's going to lose a view.
He's gonna lose a villager for sure. This is super tanky, as you can see. Incredibly. Ooh, he got it. Okay. He's going back, and now with the scout and two militias. Thank you for the support, guys. It's awesome. And two militias and scout. He's gonna try to kill, but it's not in time. It's true that he's forcing him to make some walls. Idle time, not so many idle villages either. And well, he's already with the advantage. He's gonna be another village probably down. Yeah, two villages. I mean, if he killed two villages, this is huge. Oh, he's gonna kill it. Oh,
Killed it.
oh, he killed it, man. It's worthy. I mean, if he lost the camel.
Totally.
Right.
Totally. That's why this strategy is so hard to, so underestimated. You know, it's not a regular two militia rush. It's a push where you have a feudal age scout or camel in this case to chase down the villagers and kill it. If it was a dark age scout or a dark age camel, the villagers would probably get out alive on that situation. But right here, it's totally different. And as we can see, Barles once again with a huge eco lead, man. He's already surrounding his TC with farms, while Margougou is just dropping like the initial ones. Neither of the players has a blacksmith yet, so game has slowed down a bit, and once again we have a similar scenarios from the previous game. Barles with an economical advantage regarding the food.
It's from the start. Like, it's not the same lose two villages like in 5 minutes that losing from now that your economy is weaker, right? It has even bigger impact.
Exactly. Both just dropping blacksmith around the same time.
How's it? Sorry, go on.
So there's a good chance that the game will just slow up the pace a bit. They're just gonna skirmish themselves off, right, with the skirmishers and the archers. So unless someone just starts to either out-microing the other, which is difficult since they have a very high level, or they just I don't know, get to raid each other's economy, game might just slow down, and this is actually good for the Conquerors since it has the advantage.
Okay, you can see how now Margougou has some more good army here. Barles is now the one who is idle in the TC. Not being housed is very important, because what you win killing the units, you are losing yourself with your macro. Let's see now he's having army, obviously both with archers or skirmishers. Yes. Do you think we might see some stable here, or likely?
Let me see. I feel like if one of the players starts to feel pressured and the other like spends too much skirmishers, they might do it. It's better for the Conquerors to add, in my opinion, because they can already set up to the transition, you know, start adding a few camels as well once they click up to castle. If one of the players get to make the stable, I would say it would be the Conquerors, but I don't feel like Barles is gonna do it. He's just feeling very confident on his defense. He's not even using palisades, just a few skirmishers, patrolling the worst side of his wood line, walling the back. So he just has to keep Margougou busy and transition to the castle age. That's what he needs to do right now.
And it's what he's doing right now. I love also that he's going to make an outpost on the left, as I was showing you in the screen. But now, this is going to be a good battle for Margougou. Well, he's taking some skirmishes there, still have the militias alive, but Barles is still keep the numbers. So, keeping the numbers and keeping his opponent away from his base, he feel good. He feel comfortable. He also have the Conquerors bonus. And honestly, right now, seems the berries are about to run out. Economically talking, I believe that if the units are cheaper for Portuguese, Conquerors will have a better economy bonus, or not.
I feel like Conquerors are just fine with their units, you know. The stable units that are that attack 20% more, that deals 20% more bonus damage, you know. Their camels are just insane. Their camels are just insane and compensate for that.
Camels are beautiful, and this is very nice that you can make camel scouts from your stable. As you point out, you can prepare already, and they will be camel riders right away when you reach castle. So if your opponent is gonna go for knights, then you outmass already from it, like it was eagles, right? With the meso safe. So it's great. It's absolutely great. But population is the same. Barles is still having a great macro, and it's gonna be up quicker. The map is still open here for Margougou. So if Barles is now doing, well, he's doing a second archery range. I was expecting maybe go for a stable, but he's going safer, right? With this choice.
Exactly. Just making a transition to the ranged units. Let's see how Barles will keep playing that. If you can just defend with the ranged units and start booming, it's also good. The problem is that, as we have mentioned before, their maps are not great for defense, right? They can defend on the feudal age, but once we get crossbows to be played here as well, they might start to have trouble with the displacement and so on. Barles even going for that bottom wood line that you mentioned before.
Yeah, look at this.
Setting up the eco.
Yeah, it's fine. And he's up to Castle Age. Whoa, great transition to Castle Age. Well, he got some idle time, a little bit. He's now doing the market, or at least I see the foundation there, but he's not finishing. Maybe he forgot about that. Hopefully he remember now.
He dropped the foundation.
Yeah.
He dropped the foundation. I don't know why he would need the market. I feel like his eco is just very well balanced right now. He just has everything he needs to play. I'm also curious to see what Margougou will play. He will just keep with the ranged units. Will he try to go for like ballistics, siege? What will be the decision? And there comes the stable.
There you. I mean, you have to do it. I mean, with Conquerors, you really need to do the stable. But he forgot about that market, so he's missing right now 175 wood. But honestly, it's not gonna be terrible now in Castle Age. But still, let's see if he's gonna notice. Man, how focused might you be that you make this foundation and you forget? And it's crucial because you could make these seeds with that wood, and now he cannot. So let's see, he's doing the horse collar, stable. He has already 10 archers. It's been annoying with the scales, but that's one rider will kill them easily. And the problem is that he has 1 minute, and he's gonna be harassing the wood for his opponent with these crossbows, I believe. And that's gonna be a huge problem for Margougou. Huge problem, Mr. Stark.
Exactly, man. 2 woods, very exposed. It's a total target for the crossbowman play, so that's great. And having the riders available now just allows them to clean out small groups of units. Like those skirmishers, man. They're just all going to die for nothing. There won't be even time for them to regroup with the main army of Margougou. The idle time comes into play once again. Margougou having to move his wood lines. This is just terrible for him.
Yeah, Barles is playing very, 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 very clean, really solid. Look at the rider just destroying now that. The only mistake is that he still have that market there, and then he has no wood to make a strategy or university or whatever he wants. You know, it's like wasting 200 wood. Hopefully he's gonna notice because he's just wasting that. Never made the market. He never made the market. Maybe he's gonna realize and start when he tried to buy resources that he think he did it, and then he can't, right? Yeah, probably that's gonna be the only moment. But still, the Crobos are there. He's gonna have the Crobos down now. Margougou at the end, population is the same. So they have the same population both players, but this timing with the army is so important. He'll advantage here for who? Now for Margougou, but he still doesn't have the uppers yet. He's gonna have it now, and he's now doing a good micro here. Nice the move with the skirm. Who's taking this battle? That this rider gonna help, but it is still Barles.
Looks good for Barles.
Yeah.
even if he doesn't took that, he just bought enough time and he minimizes the amount of ranged units from Margougou. So if you just have a small number of ranged units, the hiders become way more powerful, right?
Oof, and he danced it. He danced it with the archers there. He definitely danced it in the last archer. Oh, and now Margougou is dancing with the last archer. Well, it was nice from both for sure. And military numbers is still Barles with more. He is still without that market that now he's finally doing. It was killing my eyes, Mr. Stark. Seriously, that market there. Oh my god. Archer behind the woodland again. And again, Barles is doing like in the previous game, trying to be very, very active. It's true that Margougou now doesn't have the problems with the economy. Oh, overchop. Okay. Overchop, and
That's
the archers are
huge.
coming. Yes, it is very important. It is very important. It's true that Margougou is going to have ballistic now, but he has no numbers. And this is open, the archers are coming, and the most important, the riders. You might has ballistic, but the riders take over there. What the hell?
Exactly, man. The point is the hiders, either like a hider or a knight, it just becomes more and more powerful, depending on how much army your opponent has. So if like Margougou had a huge number of crossbows, he could just go there, counterattack without even thinking about the risk. But he just cannot send like 5 crossbows to raid because 1 or 2 of those riders can just clean them out, you know.
Yeah.
So it's very risky.
Yeah, but I don't like what Barles is doing right now. I don't know what you think. Having riders you need when your opponent has this amount of crossbows and ballistic, you need at least skirmishers. He's doing the +2 and he has 0 skirms. I really believe that this is a very expensive upgrade. And if you have already 10 skirmishers, okay, but you don't have them. So, I mean...
I honestly like his approach. It's like the same thing that he did on the previous game. He feels like he's ahead on the economy.
That's
so he just needs to go for the counter unit. So with the skirmishers, even if he has like less army, like 8 skirmishers versus 12 crossbows, the fight is totally in his favor. So it's great. It stops the Margougou from raiding, and he knows that he has put a lot of pressure on Margougou, and he's on the same spot as in the previous game. He needs to counterattack now and go for into a kind of all-in to be able to win the game. So going for the skirmishers is just great.
Oh, this TC, he has to be up. Okay, he's gonna be up. He's gonna kill more units now here. Ballistic helps. But now let's see if the least skirmishers is gonna be a not. Obviously, with the +2, that's huge because they hold a lot longer. But he's sending one by one. This is why I wasn't sure about this one. You need a lot more skirmishers. It's true that they are not super expensive units, but since your opponent has the hill and has ballistic, it's taking quite a lot. It's also true that Margougou definitely need to balance his economy. With 29 on wood, 6 on foot, 14 on gold, his future in the game is not gonna be bright.
Yeah, exactly. Not gonna be right at all, man. And honestly, once the elite skirmishers got the +2, they need at least 18 shots for on crossbows to go down with like 1 elite skirmisher, and all of those shots have to land on the target, right? Not considering heals. So it's huge. Look how much shots Margougou is doing to try to kill like a single elite skirmisher, and it's not being able to do so. So you do not want to get those trades. He might be forced to add siege, but then once again, if you add siege and you do not have a massive army of crossbows to protect the siege, the hiders can just come in and snipe off the siege. So I don't feel like he's gonna succeed for now.
Now, and now we are, well, he's not being versatile with his civilization, and his civilization is versatile. What I mean is, to have quite a lot of gold, 8 farmers, use the market to make it stable, because right now, you need knights. I mean, if he keep going only with archers, he's going to die eventually. Or not.
Yeah, and I agree, he's going to die. His opponent has just 2 great counters for his crossbows. He has the +2 elite skirmishers, which is probably the best counter, and his small groups of raiders can also be sniped off by the riders, so I don't feel like he's gonna deal damage to Barles. Barles know that as well, and he's just going for the macro play. This is exactly what we saw in the previous game. Barles ahead on the economy, dropping more TCs, and betting on his civilization for the later stages of the game.
Yeah, Margougou is unable to make his aggressive gameplay. He's just unable right now because Barles is playing very solid. He's doing a 3rd tone center on the left that is also being denied. He's doing a mangrel, which is expensive. Still, his economy is really unbalanced, as you can see. 24 on wood, 9 on foot, 14 on gold, while Barles has 20 farmers for a long time, I would say. 11 on gold, 31 on wood, so he could do probably a lot more farms soon, and he will. And now he's doing ballistic. I mean, now, having ballistic and the amount of schemes he has fully upgraded, like seriously, knights or I don't know what Margougou can do. He can't really do damage even if he's with 21 army right now.
Knights require a huge investment. To drop like 2 or 3 knights to just get small number of skirmishers is fine. But if he wants to get a direct fight versus his opponent, what he
Oh, the
wants is
Mangonos.
to have some mangonos, exactly.
Yeah, he has already also, so yeah. Yeah, but it
Problem is
seems
that
that
Barles
this...
is bullet, man.
Yeah, but exactly, but the Mangonos is too slow. You know, like, and look, all the archers that he was sending are bye-bye. Now he's doing a skill bar in armor, so maybe he's gonna make more riders. He has a second stable.
Yeah. Riders
Barles
are
is
coming.
playing clinical, Stark. He's playing so strong.
I
Today.
agree. I truly like his game. He's in a great position. He's just developing. He's playing safe, adding outposts on the left, on feudal age, adding more now to he avoid getting raided. He knows that he's ahead. He just has to stop the raidings and get some good fights. Not risk everything into a fight to like snipe those mangoes. Just wait, mess up the riders, get some good fights, play safe, play solid. Do not take big risks now. He's already ahead. He just has to hold.
Okay, this is what is coming now. Margougou killing a villager finally. And 2 Mangols getting the hill here. He does have a stone, while Barles is floating already a stone to probably drop a castle. Where he's gonna drop the castle, I don't know. For now, he's doing TC number 4. And husbandry, bloodlines. So it means that he's gonna spam riders, because if you spam riders with upgrades, then you clean all this army. You're gonna need some, not only 1 or 2, right? You're gonna need some more. He's now ready in counter a guy with the skirmishes. My goodness, with so little and cheap army, he's doing a lot more damage than Margougou with more expensive units and supposed to be stronger.
Exactly, and I think that he just dealt with the map situation way better than Margougou. Barles had a better reading of the map. He just understood that he had the exposed woodlines, dropped a defensive town center of his main woodline, transitioned into the side ones, made a town center and new lumber camps that just allows him to collect wood without being disrupted, while Margougou is just insisting on those forward woodlines. He's just gonna move out from them once they are dry, you know. So
Yeah.
he dealt better with the situation.
Okay, he's coming with, right now, 5 raiders, 6 raiders, skirmishes, and those raiders are gonna be +2. So I think he's gonna be able to clean all this. Let's see. The skirmishes are coming. Those riders are +2, and now they are tanky. They are tanky. And look how with the skirmishes, he's just avoiding the I'm gonna shot. He's killing all. He's playing amazing. He lost those raiders, okay, but now he pushed him back, got the hill advantage, and he has 9 villages more. It's true that Margougou has closed the gap with the boom, actually, and it's looking better than before. Okay, 7 villages only difference, because Barles now is having a lot more idle TC, so he's catching up, Margougou.
Yeah, he's catching up. Let's not forget that Barles has the wheelbarrow at least, so
Yep.
that counts a bit from the advantage. And his eco is just going on, not being interrupted, you know, while Margougou economy suffered a lot. So regarding the number of views, they are similar, but I feel like Barles is in a way better position to do all the idle time, he calls it. He's dropping a castle, so this makes it very difficult for Margougou to try and make a comeback here during the castle age. He can even win some fights, but probably not finish the game. And Barles already has like 12 views on the stone, so he'll soon be able to drop a secondary castles to protect like the other side of his map, or to seize more map control using the center hills. So it's just a very, very comfortable situation that he is.
Yeah, well, Barles is just trying to go for Imperial. Sorry, go on.
Yeah, I just feel like he might be missing the counter to the Knights right now, because those riders, they're not great, you know. He's either win by raw numbers or I don't know. If Margougou is able to spend like some Knights like he's doing right now, he can just hold that. But there comes the forward castle.
But the problem is that Margougou has no average in the Knights. They have not even +1. It's only bloodlines, and now this is a castle on his face. He's not even super greedy. He's on the hill, taking those farmers. And ladies and gentlemen, Barles, it's dominating. It's really dominating. He's starting to trying to do some Knights. But how you gonna stop now the Polish player? It's gonna be so difficult. It's only 6 villages more, yeah. But 40 farmers, not interrupted as you mentioned. He's now coming with the raiders, and Barles is spamming army now. More raiders, monks, skirmishes, might grab the relics now. He's raiding now and killing villages too, and having the map control, as you can see. 2-0. Barles not giving choice for now to Margougou. No choice.
Impressive.
Very strong from Barles. Okay. Well, military, he killed 20 units more. Economy, well, economy was 5k resources more, and that's really a lot. Like really a lot, Mr. Stark.
Yeah, regarding the some of the decisions as well. If you take a look at Margougou, he had the Portuguese. He knew that he could set up a strong economy, so he went for like a double lumber camp on the start. While Barles just played with a single one. The double lumber camp just proved to be a bad decision because his wood lines were not great for playing that way. You know, perhaps going for one single lumber camp and focusing more on dropping his arms as fast as possible would be better. The double lumber camp that should allow him to have an equal lead over the Gujaras just cost him 2 villagers, and the game just escalated from there. Bart's played with a single lumber camp during Feudal Age. He was just fine. He played in a very aggressive game. After taking the views, he just avoided risks, wall part of his map, and kept patrolling on his wood line.
And now what do you think? After this deep analysis, Mr. Stark, what do you think is going to be the seeds that both are going to pick? Because one want to finish and the other want to stay in the tournament. And they have...
To be honest,
yeah. What do you think?
I feel like for Margougou, since he's behind, he should get his strongest civilization. So he should just choose the one that he feels more confident into winning. And for Barnes, there are two approaches. He can just go for his strongest civilization on the draft, or since he's ahead 2-0, he can try to go for a more risky strategy. Like he can just go for the civilization that he thought of a very different strat here to play. Because even if he loses, he's still ahead on the series.
It's Chinese mirror. So both go
Mirror.
for the pick for the best civilization in theory, because they pick China as the first. So Chinese mirror right now. Well, I really like it because now we go. I mean, if you love making some deep analysis, now it's gonna be even more important because the decisions here gonna matter a lot. Obviously, the map matters too, but both with Chinese. Let's see what they do. What opening they're gonna have. And we have got some of the best games in the tournament with these mirror games. So let's see if we're gonna have some crazy aggressive one or it's gonna be more passive. Don't know. But guys, the game is starting. And we have game number 3, potentially the last of the series. Remember that with me is Mr. Stark as a co-caster. And we have Chinese Margougou red on the left. And on the right, Barles. Obviously, both with the same civilization, as we said. And in a first look, because this is one of those, well, the woodlands are a little bit wider. What do you think about the Margougou map? Because his main goal is definitely not pretty.
Well, the main goal is terrible. There's no other words to describe it. It's forward, expose it, difficult to wall, and on a hill. He can choose to use the left gold, the back one, so he has a safe gold if he wants just to like wall his base here, just to make sure that his woods are safe, the berries, and use the back gold. That's an option that he can go for, so he won't get like gold starved, but at some point he might have to go for that gold. I don't know if he can place at TC ahead of it, if he can, for example, play 1 TC for longer just to keep this gold safe, but he'll have to do something to regarding that, you know. Or perhaps even building already the barracks, stable, or archer range, or whatever he wants to do in the front of the gold is a way of using it.
Yeah. Well, now I'm going to tell you also, for China, depending how you play, usually it's very important to have to save berries because depending how if they sold them or not, and those berries are also not pretty for Barles. He has the goal safe, and I like a lot the 2 woodlands he has. Not really too far from the town center at the back, but that's very similar to Margougou. So a little bit better map, I would say, for Barles. But the other 2 goals, the other 2 goals are very exposed. Go.
Yeah, the goats are exposed, the other 2, and for sure that can reward an aggressive play on Castle Age for Margougou. But I like truly that Barles has the back gold. The berries, they're gonna be over before 20 minutes, but this gold, it has to I don't know, it's gonna be longer, you know. So the gold being the front is like worse for the long run, and despite the Chinese dependence on the berries, I agree with you. It's even worse if you were playing a very aggressive civilization like a Massive or Japanese, Lithuanians, whatever. But since it's Chinese war, I'm not expecting like a militia opening here or a Minotaur. I'm just
Yeah.
expecting them to go for a more solid build, scouts, archers, slower builds. So
Please, scouts,
these
Stark, please. I want
scouts.
scouts. I mean, scouts bring a lot more dynamic games, and we have seen aggressive games in Feudal. I like it. I like it. And well, with this one, let's see, because maybe it's going to be interesting if one is going to scout and the other is going archers. But I think the scouts with China, with the economy they have, and then archery range after, probably the safer choice, no? Even more in the middle
there's
one.
one issue only. The only issue that I see for the scouts here is that both have great maps. So if they scout each other, they might just feel like, I don't know if I can do damage with the scouts here. I might just go for the archers already, you know?
Yeah, but that's the thing. They don't scout each other, not yet. We're in 17 population. Now we see how Barles is going. I activated, guys, both players POV, so you can see how Barles is going, and now Margougou is still on his base, but he pushed the Zebras. Well, did Barles push some Zebra? He pushed one, only one.
Ordinary enough.
He's gonna try to find out, and I think he's gonna find his opponent. He's finding the woodland, but not yet his opponent. Red is going to. So we will see what they are going to do, because right now, 4 villages on wood, 3 villages on wood, already a different build order, a little bit. So more wood already for Barles. And 4 on berries. How many on berries? 4 on berries as well. So a little bit more on food for Margougou. Can be this indicator of something, or doesn't matter that much?
I think it doesn't matter for Chinese. They're probably going for a slower up than other sieves, but still gonna get some great uptime to the Chinese bonus. So doesn't mean much, to be honest. I don't feel like Chinese will try to get out of their comfort zone and dropping like a barracks, going for Minotaur or something crazy. They'll both just play with like 2 lumber camps, and perhaps the only difference that we might see is in the opening. But seems to me that there we go. Barles is going for the gold. He realized it. Archers is fine.
Yeah. He's going for the goal. Now it's very important that Margougou explore that goal. He's still there with the scout, but why he's going back? Explain me. Why he's going back? Why he's not going through this area? He has explored all this area again, and I don't know why he's not trying to keep going around this area. I don't get it. There's
the risk, right?
You know,
there's also the risk that your opponent gets a faster feudal age time, and he's there with the scouts to chase yours. You know, perhaps he's just thinking that I should just go back because I'm unsure if I'll be the first one to reach feudal age. Right? There's this risk factor, but he's also scouting in the front.
Okay, thank you so much, guys, for the support. It's awesome. Now he's exploring this area, as you mentioned, and Barak, he still didn't see it. It's very important that he see the goal, because he's feel that now Margougou is going to go scout. He's not going for gold, and it's stable. One is going stable, the other is going for the range. I like it. I mean, mirrors it, but both with different approach completely, and now is when he's going to find the goal. Okay, time to attack? Not really. It's not attacking. And what you prefer then here in this situation? Well, the following 2-3 minutes is going to be crucial to answer that question, probably.
Yeah, I agree. I feel like scouts are great if you are feeling confident into the rating. Does Barles knows about the stable? If he knows that, he can just start adding spearmen and he will be fine. There we go. There are spearmen on the field already. No one adds spearmen unless they know that they are going to face scouts. As the exception is Margougou. He just dropped a spearman. He just made an face. Perhaps he just realized that he made a spearman and he didn't want to do that.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's not terrible to have one because the scout is still with full HP from his opponent or almost full, and you don't want to get surprised also with a scout when you are walling, you know, even. But he's not walling for now. He's doing safe walls. I like it. Couple of houses close to the woodland, as you can see. Then still doing more scouts. I believe that he's gonna make an archery range soon. Margougou or not, because you cannot be only with a stable, even less in a mirror matchup.
I think that it's fine.
He's
just going to be great. He needs the archer range as soon as possible if he knows there are archers, unless he's like walled. So it's good to do it first and just spamming like lots of farms. And this is a very classic approach by the archer player, you know. Once you realize you're facing off scouts, you just get like 2 spearmen, 1 archer. That's enough to like kill a view, disrupt your opponent's economy, and force him to get a bad trade. Let's see how the scouts are efficient in the raiding.
Trying to kill a village, but he cannot. At home, he's now coming here with the archer. He's gonna wall. He has to wall. If he's gonna have one skirmish, he's gonna be fine. He's only one archer. One archer without fletching, he shouldn't kill anything. He's just walling. He's gonna be fine. And with the skirmish there, he's gonna deal with that archer for sure. Now, what he need to keep alive is the scouts. If he take it 1 or 2 villages, he's gonna be huge. He's not taking. At least he's doing some damage. And now he's there with the skirmisher, so the archer is gonna be bye-bye. And he has to go away. But don't lose your own scout. This is why the spear was nice, because now you can deal, but micro has to be on point here, or you fall really behind.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
The spear is totally paying itself right now to protect the skirmishers from the enemy scout.
Okay, but he's gonna kill another. He's coming with more scouts. He can now snipe those archers. I like a lot also that the scout gives you the mobility, but the spear is bye-bye. Wow, with that scout, he's doing a very nice micro here, Barles, with the little he has. The skirmishes are going to go down or not. You need to kill the spears. He's doing the micro great. But now the archers, ooh, no. You cannot lose the scouts. Both are
2
doing well.
spearmen, only skirmishers.
Oh, I'm not sure. You don't want to lose a lot of HP from the scouts. Yeah, I mean, he cleaned, but he's using army more expensive, so it's normal that he clean, or not.
It's okay, you need to clean that, right? This army is set up to be cleaned at some point. I feel like Barles didn't get all the damage that he wanted with that army. Now he's finishing his wall, he's gonna be fine versus whatever his opponent does. And he is messing up archers, so this is great. He can just go for like an archer and camel play if his opponent is playing knight, so... I don't know how Margougou will react to that. He needs to use this army to counterattack somehow, but oh, the stable.
So he's going to commit
that's the correct choice. Well, you know, if he just needs a few scouts to counter the skirmisher play, he doesn't even need to commit so much. Like 3 scouts is more than enough, and that won't delay his uptime to below 21, 22 minutes of on castle age, you know. I don't feel like he's gonna commit because his opponent is walled, his map is not so easy to attack. But at least 3 scouts he's probably gonna do just to defend from the skirmishers.
Let's see, for now he's not doing any. Maybe he's gonna make his opponent think that, oh, I have a stable and then I'm gonna do army, but he's not doing. He's doing the market right now, so he did the stable, still not doing army. Probably he's not gonna make till he feel that he really need it. And if he's walled right now like he is and they are not going through the right area, he's fully walled, man. He's really fully walled and he has his skirmishes, so he's not doing any.
Choose the worst side to attack. If he attacked on the gold side, it was not yet walled. He didn't know about that, but this side is walled. The skirmishers have no pressure to kill waller villagers, so he just felt like, man, I did a stable to make the scouts, but I won't even need that, you know? This guy just attacked me in the wrong area, so I can just go back, defend, and seize for a faster castle age up.
Yeah, man, he's not gonna be a faster castle age up. He's gonna be super fast, as you can see. Barles with a better macro and probably decisions one more time. 49 population, 47. And as you can see, mirror civilization, but completely different approaches for both. And ladies and gentlemen, Barles is going to be up, not even selling a stone, on the way to castle age, while Margougou still needs some time. And in this kind of situation, Mr. Stark, it's even more terrible that with all this, you have Chinese civilization as well. Similar amount of army, and your opponent is going up to castle is what? A minute faster? That's important. Really important.
I mean, that's terrible. That's terrible. See, he's not even ready to click up, you know, right after that. So he'll have to defend himself somehow. He's dropping off a market, but since he had the forward gold and he decided to go for it, he's also expanding the resources on the gold. This is also similar to the first game where he, as Britons, used a tower to protect the main gold. But the problem is, if you do that and your opponent just use the market, you cannot catch up with the uptime.
Yeah, look at now. Like, yeah, he's going up now, but as we talk, it's over a minute slower. He did now the few scouts. Don't lose the archers, by the way. Don't lose the archers. He's still losing. I think he's losing more. Nah, it's okay. He's still killing everything, so it's fine. Yeah, it's fine. And the 2-3 scouts he did is very nice. So what now? I don't think he's gonna go forward or anything. 2 extra TCs, going some... Probably starting with knights and then camel, because he doesn't know Margougou how fast he's gonna be up to castlage, but definitely Barles has a big advantage because also he can drop TCs while Margougou has the tower forward.
he didn't sold his stone to boost even more his uptime, so that shows that he probably wants to add DCs here.
You know
And
what
he's
I
not
don't like?
dropping a secondary building.
What I don't like
What?
from Margougou is that he explored the whole map to the left, and then he still make the wall still edge of the map, but at the back. Just wall there, and you will be taking the goal on the left instead of the forward one. Like, and he wanted even
That's
more
for sure.
that he need. That's crazy. It
Going for
happens
the
all the
back
time.
gold
Yeah.
could be way better, right? In this situation, especially, it's very difficult to defend that gold. He had to invest into the tower. He could try to take that goal later, like just go for the back gold. I agree. It would be safer, a safer choice. And Barles is going with a TC, man, on the center of the map, you know?
Yeah.
This is just great. He's just
He feels
protecting
safe.
the most vulnerable areas there.
He feels safe. The Crobos are coming. With Botkin, he has moved the Lumberjacks, which is great. But you can see how now he's trying to go for the gold miners. The tower is there, but Barles is also being annoying and trying to kill the gold miners. He's gonna take some, probably no ballistic, so no accuracy. That TC, if he's not doing the TC, this can be what it changed the game. And now, but Dread, what are you doing? Well, he's not sending. Why he's not going to deny that tone center? I don't get it.
He probably thought that the CC was nearly up, so there wouldn't be time to kill the Bills.
Well, okay.
Damn.
Still with the Crobbles, that is gonna make the siege war shop. It's true that with those archers he can do damage on that goal. So what is Barles going to do now? Is moving those valleys, because there's no defense at all here. And that's why the goal, the TC goal in the middle is necessary. It was great because now the other goal is quite exposed, as you can see. Okay, coming with the crossbows. He's still fine. 2 volleys ahead only, but I think that will change. And it's gonna be much more ahead soon. I don't know what you think.
Well, Barles is in a great position. Despite being attacked by the crossbows in the back, he just walled them off. He can change the villagers to other resources. He's transitioning to knights. He added a second stable and is getting the upgrades. And this is great because Margougou felt like he was just facing off a crossbow play, so he even invested into siege.
Yeah. Well, let's see. Let's see. There's a lot of farms here. Wow. Crazy amount of farms. Horse Cola. It's true that Margougou has wheelbarrow. I just noticed. So he's not behind yet in the economy. He's fine. But the longer the game goes, the worse he's going to be probably the position here with the 2 TCs. And Barles love to go with 3 TCs. Let's see where he's going to make the third tone center. And the goal at the back, or he will go for the stone where the army is there now. Let's see.
Sorry for the mute. I have a co-caster dog here as well, so...
I know. I could listen.
The neighbor...
So,
yeah, man, sorry for that.
No problem. Nice and crossbows.
Barles
You can
push
see
is just
the...
great, man.
Yeah, I think that tone center on the stone could be then the goal, and he bought it already a stone and doing 2 extra tone centers. The game is still closer that it was looking at some point, and I like now the siege with the crossbow here. So if the TC is there, this can be a problem now for Barles. This can really be a problem.
Man.
Yeah.
Having the golds exposed is bad. Making a TC solves part of the problem. It buys you time, allows you to control this part of the map, but it's also an invitation for your opponent to go there and siege you. And Margougou has enough crossbows to protect the siege right now. So he's in a comfortable position. He can even siege the town center from a hill. So I feel like things are starting to get better for him. Also, great decision, as you mentioned, to buy the stone to catch up in the booming, you know? You don't want to
and you can see now
play like
those
1
2
to
knights.
6.
Those 2 knights will be down. He's gonna be down, but not before killing the Mangle. That's not good. That was worth it, in my opinion, for Barles. And still, Villa is almost the same. Siege war shop. He needs a siege. Good thing here for Barles is that he has quite a lot of knights. Also having crossbows at the same time. Economy, as you can see, very similar. Both with different army. One has crossbows and camels. The other has crossbows and knights. But the difference is that Margougou now has a lot of army, Mr. Stark, a lot of army and doing ballistic as well. And that can be a game change here.
Exactly. Despite the similarities in the army composition, Margougou has double range and he's focusing on the crossbows. While Barles, he decided to go for a second stable, so he's focusing on the knights. So their composition is similar, but the camels are support unit on the case of Margougou and the crossbows are support unit in the case of Barles. Their main armies are different. It's a knight versus archer gameplay here.
We can see
Ballistics
now.
is great to snipe the targets, but I don't know if it will be enough to pressure Barles.
Okay. Let's see, because he's doing a tone center close to the goal, not protecting completely. He has to be careful with those crossbows. Might try to kill that tone center. Don't think it's gonna happen. He's now with a siege watch, so Manuel is there. And the knight, so he's not +2. He has no forging either. I don't know if this is a no of knights to clean that army. He has 5 camels too. And those archers with ballistic arcs, snipers, they're very dangerous here. He has to be careful. He's coming out with the archers. He's going to go around. I'm going to put his point of view forward forward. You can see he forced now Margougou Barles to have some idle time, but it seems that he's still holding well. And with the chain barding armor, is he gonna clean with those knights? We don't see knights a lot to start, but the power of knights is time now for them or not? Come on.
It's a risky fight, you know. I don't know if he wants to get that fight.
Well, he lost the monk.
Yeah.
And
That's great.
he really need to wait for that upgrade. The siege is out of position. He's coming from the right side. The knights are definitely not gonna be a node anymore. He's just not taking the battle yet. Ballistic, he got some camels. Margougou has a lot of army and more villages. This is looking good for Margougou. And here we are, but the Mango, no! Ooh, good split here, and he's gonna take it. Got it. This is a good battle for him. It should be, well, the knights are +2, so those camels are naked. Literally naked is not good anymore. These knights are going to dominate Mr. Stark. He's gonna kill absolutely everything with the knights +2, my goodness.
Yeah, Margougou army was split, you know. He was not fighting with his full army. He just got splitted by trying to seize the back of Barles base. So losing this fight is bad, but it's not like he's gonna lose the game. He still has similar military number.
He's still losing more and more, and now it can snowball a little bit. It's still those camels now with bloodlines. Obviously, he's 7 villages ahead, but he doesn't know that. And those knights now are coming with the siege. The monk is still there. He's gonna mine the stone finally, Barles, but his opponent has 12 on the stone. I wouldn't be surprised then that Margougou is gonna make a castle soon.
Yeah, Margougou probably wants to put a castle to pressure those 2 goals from Barles. That's for sure what he intends to do. But losing a fight doesn't help you do that. He'll probably go all-in Castle Age now with the crossbow and camel composition to try and get the army advantage back to then drop the castle. That's probably his approach. While Barles, once again, a very eco-oriented approach, even going for the hand card.
Yeah, he's doing all the economy upgrades, missing just heavy plow. And the castle is happening if... Ooh! Well, this might be the game. This might be the game. He's taking a very, very big risk here, Mr. Margougou. He's doing honor to his gameplay, and his gameplay is usually aggressive, but he went back. He has to go back and start. He cannot make the castle there, or he will lose it for sure. The knights are coming. There's also now the Mangoes with the crossbows. Gonna kill those. He's gonna make the castle probably, but... Ooh, he's killing all the archers at the back. Barles don't take any risk, as you can notice. He's going slowly, killing the army, cleaning the army. You can see that he has a lot more army now than his opponent, but he's not taking any risk. Now time to raid, but Margougou still have 12 villages more. I still prefer Barles' economy, honestly, with hand cards.
I agree. The hand card is great. The strategy from Margougou failed once he lost that fight. He tried to bait Barles into chasing his crossbows with like all the knights, but he was smart enough to just split enough knights to kill the crossbows, so he still had a good core of units to protect his goats. If Barles fell into the bait of chasing the crossbows with like all the knights, with like many players would, that castle would probably come up on a great position. It could be even one of the game-winning moments for Margougou, you know.
Look at this.
Barles was just solid enough.
This interesting tower to avoid that he's coming here with siege and Conquerors. Now raiding at the back here with the knights +2 by the way. Those knights are with all the upgrade husbandry as well. Raiding with the knights, the mobility is so important. And then yes, you are with 12 villages behind, but who cares? The knights are just raiding and taking villages here and there, creating chaos. Efficiency for Margougou 60%, and Barles is raiding absolutely everything. And the camels are unable to stop this. Also a few monks. He's controlling the army like crazy, and he's doing an amazing job here to raid his opponent and make him fall behind one more time.
But what a great raiding. He's just split the knights in most possible ways. Idle, like a lot of views. He's just killing Margougou so bad now with this raiding. This is terrible. The camels were not upgraded enough to just solve that, and out of position. There was like no outpost or not full walls on the left side, as you mentioned, for Margougou, so his defense is falling apart. Even his gold's getting raided. I know that he's already making a few choconos, but Barles is taking some very interesting decisions, controlling the map of the towers.
Check the village
so many
numbers
villas,
now.
man.
Check the village number. He killed 35 villages, man. 35 villages already killed. He's behind 14 villages. His economy is now a disaster. He's doing towers to control the resources, which is great. You know, few towers to defend also his PC forward. That tower on the left to control the goal. And ladies and gentlemen, Barles will be the Canadian opponent on the next round. Barles is a dangerous player as always. Meta player you can't tell, but you can see that he takes very good decisions. And, well, he's winning 3-0 to Margougou. Did you expect this 3-0? Because...
well, to be honest, I wasn't expecting... I wasn't expecting a way closer series.
Yeah, me too. Me too. Me too. I mean, I thought Barles was favorite for sure because, oh, come on, Barles has experience now in tournaments for a long time. He's a very solid player. He has been also in one of the Red Bull LAN events as well. So he has experience in big events, you know. But Margougou was coming here with great series against Winchester. Then he won his other series as well. And that's why he's in the decider. And in this one, Barles is not giving him really big choices here. Like big options. He's still in the game, you know. He's 8 villages behind, don't take me wrong. But it looks like he's quite
completely
ahead.
sold.
You know, he's
His
on the way
enemies
to
on the
Imperial.
way to Imperial Age,
Yeah.
making all the eco upgrades that were left to be made, the gold shaft, the Rev blow. His eco is basically untouched. Part of it is walled, the other part is heavily shielded by buildings and army. So while Margougou eco is under constant attacks and ratings, Bar's economy is just going on strong without any interruption. So all he needs to do is to choose which unit he wants to play. Even Cavaliers are an option here, since Margougou is investing a lot into the castle, the Choconu, and the camels are not being able even to deal with the knights. Imagine Cavaliers raiding, right?
Yeah, well, he's gonna go Cavaliers actually. He has ballistic, you know. He has to be careful. He is still the only good thing for Margougou is that Barles has done some towers. He has not a castle yet, but those towers are going to be guard towers. So he's going to be protecting all the resources. Towers with ballistic. And if he's doing Cavaliers +4, he's going to dominate. Or he should dominate. Let's see. Oh, he's buying some stone now. Okay. So he will have a castle soon.
He needs at least one castle, right?
Yeah, he need one castle to really push. But look at the score. It's explode right now. Well, he's doing the Cavaliers. He can do those towers, even keep towers, if I'm not mistaken, for China, right? So, yeah.
Yeah, I feel like the guard towers are already enough to hold that. They have more damage, more HP. It's not like you see a guard tower and say, I'm gonna take that with my own hands. No, you won't, you know. A watchtower, you don't need to respect that. But a guard tower is respectable.
Yeah. And he's doing a castle now. It's true that Margougou is not too far from going up, but again, I love to say this, ladies and gentlemen, I love to say this, Stark. The timing, the momentum is seriously for who? For Barles. It's impossible, man. It's really not impossible, but how to defend this? You know, when I have Trebuchet here, and then Cavaliers +4, it's as you said. With the Knights, he couldn't stop it. How he's gonna be able to stop with the Cavaliers? It's gonna be so complicated. He's still raiding, and he's all over the map. He has killed 41 villages, and well, let's see what's he going to do now. Trebuchet, of course, to take the castle, and the Cavaliers gonna clean all the Chukunus and then raid more and more and more. But yeah, you need to keep going, Margougou, because if not, it's the last game in the tournament, and well, population is almost the same still, so keep going.
Yeah, Margougou is holding himself. He's doing the camels. So as time passes, he's just getting to know where Barles is raiding. He added more outposts. He has more castles to defend. So his defense has improved. The problem is that he has no way of sniping off the trebuchet. It's too risky to try and snipe a trebuchet with camels. You know, you are just going to lose like lots of camels, and I don't know if you are going to be able to kill the trebuchet. As for the other part, like 4 Cavaliers can just go in, kill a trebuchet. It's a nice exchange, you know, for buying you some time.
I know if you make Cavaliers and Halves, it's not a bad combination. Cavaliers kill...
It's a great combo.
Yeah, it's amazing. The Cavaliers just kill the archers, the Halves kill everything else. He's doing tower here. He has to be careful. He's gonna make this tower, maybe not. What I like it a lot is Margougou army now. He has a lot of army. He's somehow holding like crazy. Okay. But the problem is... Again, if you lose the castle, then he's gonna feel unprotected completely. It's too difficult. And now he's in Imperial, but what resources he has to make the upgrades? Stark.
Yeah, exactly. It's very difficult. His economy is suffering a lot, and also the approach that he chose. He went for the castle and started making Chokunu. So he already said, "Man, I'm gonna go for the archer and camel composition." But the problem is, you need the castles to be able to produce Chokunu. And if you are getting underrated, if you're getting raided, if you're getting trapped, if you're getting pushed, you won't have the momentum, as you said, to be able to make the transition. So these hubs won't have a counter.
He's doing the camels now, but the camels without the +2 even, it's not gonna hold too much. He's doing the castle here. Barles don't want to take any risk. His population is still solid. He knows that he has the advantage, that he's now taking TC, taking the university. So if you want to make chemistry or something else, you need another university. His resources are at the limit. It's true that Barles' resources are at the limits too, but for different reasons. He's investing in all the Imperial approaches, all the Imperial upgrades, while Margougou was just spamming army during Castlage to survive, to literally survive. And then now those cavaliers are raiding all over the map, while the camels are killing an outpost in the north. Seriously?
Exactly, man.
Seriously?
He's doing a great job. Of course, he stopped the ratings, but the problem is that he has to concern for the next steps of the game. It's not only about the ratings. He needs to seize map control, which Barles completely dominates. He holds at least 70% of the map at the moment. He's also making buildings on the top corner. This is huge if the game tries to go late. So Margougou, Barles is already setting up a post-Imperial Age game. In case Margougou holds, he still have the map control.
Yeah, it was pretty sick. Yeah, pretty sick. I mean, he was doing the towers, he was doing the halberdiers there, and Barles has played very, very nice this one. Like, really, really, really nice, Really, really nice. He might feel happy for sure. And 3-0. 3-0 for Barles with, uncontestable win,
Barles,
Yeah, amazing win there, right?
Completely. He played way better. Every small advantage that he was able to capitalize on the early game, he just played safe after that, adding TCs, doing the correct counters, wisely choosing when to do the units or when not to do. His decision making was on point. For example, once he lost the fight with the archers, he was like, I'm gonna make a stable and counter the skirmishers. But then, do I need the scouts? Let me see when he's going to attack me. Then Margougou choose to attacking on the left. Okay, I don't need to add the scouts right now. I can wait until I click up. So his decision making was on point. He made the market and he was not greedy like, I'm going to sell the stone to up faster. Like, no, like buying 100 food is fine and I can use this stone to start booming faster. So he was just taking one good decision after another.
Yeah, very, very nice. Please, guys, clip it, his reaction. It was nice. Nice to see always people happy. So I'm going to go for the interview, Mr. Stark. Be right back to you in a moment. Okay, guys, here we are with Barles. Very happy, Mr. Barles. We have seen your reaction. Very happy. Congratulations.
Thank you. Yeah. Well,
okay.
it was tough. Yeah.
Yeah, but it was tough. You say it.
Yeah, it was tough. Yeah, like all the after the game finished, like a release and such. So.
Okay, I mean, so even if we saw a 3-0, it's harder than what it looks, right?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Okay. Okay, well, congratulations. You're gonna face. Well, we will talk about who you're gonna face. Let's enjoy with this series. I really think that you have played an excellent series, and I don't remember a mistake from you in the whole series.
I'm sure you can find some, but I think the strategic, like I approached it well strategically, and like I managed to get an early advantage every game. So I didn't expect to get that. Like I expected to play more defensive versus him. But since I got like early lead, then I just like never let go.
Well, in Tatars versus Britons, for example, I think it started to snowball when you take the two ships. Very important in this matchup specifically, right?
Yeah. Like also the deer were so far, like I couldn't even find my deer most of the time. So like two sheep. So he can't go for the militia opening then, at least not like with a good follow-up. So I get a lot of advantage from that.
Yeah,
when he made the tower.
Also, I don't know if you agree that I think he didn't push the deers himself with Britons, and then he still go with the militias. Maybe that was too much for him and made him fall even more behind. I don't know what you think about that.
I think he likes that opening. Like, it's a very good opening, but yeah, Britain's Tatars. I think he should have played probably more defensive, but I can see why he chose to do that. You know, so
Okay.
like he wants to play aggressive. That's his style. Like,
Well, sometimes you have to adapt, right? Anyway, game 2, Conquerors versus Portuguese. How did you feel about that matchup when you saw that you were going to face Portuguese?
I think it's very good for Gujar because like Portuguese want to open a mill, otherwise they don't really have a bonus there. So like he's not gonna pressure me that early because of the mill. So I get a little more time than it's an archer war. And I felt confident today, like just those open battles. I feel like the matchup. It's okay.
Yeah, but also, in my opinion, yeah, I mean, the Chinese war, very smooth game by you there because your transition to castles, as you could see, it was much faster. And then from there, you were feeling comfortable with your, let's say, not 3TC till a little bit later, but with your knights approach because you were knights, combined with some archers, but mostly knights. And then huge raid in Castle Age.
Yeah, like I probably should have cleaned his army much earlier, but I had some trouble with the pathing there. So like I felt confident that he would overextend. So like I was like waiting for him to like throw some archers on sides so I can like pick them off easily and then I can snowball from that. So I think in the China war, stables is better in the long term. So
I agree. And also, you made hand card quite early as well. Like you were having a good economy advantage there. I can't believe that you said about the pathing. Pathing troubles in the DE. What are you talking about? Come on, it's impossible. That is bad, bro. Don't make a comment. It's fine. It's fine.
I'm not gonna blame pathing, but yeah, I could have probably used the units better. But yeah.
Yeah. It's okay. It's okay. Anyway, I feel that you. Well, we saw that you felt really happy. Obviously, the next round, now you face one of those players that most of the people don't want to face, Hera. How do you feel about that matchup?
I actually like to play Hera. Like, whenever we play, the sets are usually very close. Even though I'm technically a big underdog, like, I feel like I perform well versus him. So, I don't mind it too much. Like, honestly, I prefer Hera than Viper for sure.
Okay, wait that. Can you explain that?
I think it's like a style preference. So, like a lot depends on that, right? So,
okay. Well, how do you feel being in Arabia? That is the map that most played by all the pros, and you are now, let's say, top 16 in the world at least. How is your feel? How you feel being top 16 in the world? I mean, people want to see you happy, your happiness. So express how you feel after that victory, because we have seen, but we want to listen to you.
Well, it's very nice, like to win. Of course, like I'm only getting more greedy now, right? Like okay, I got past this point, so I have to keep going forward. So it's never like, okay, I reached this, I don't care what happens next. So I'm aiming for the final, and whoever stops me on the way.
So you want more,
Yeah, I want to win the whole thing. I don't care about 16, 32, I'm not here for like watching whoever wins. I'm here to try to win myself.
And that's a good example of what it said in your t-shirt, right? Champions are made, not born.
Well, like the t-shirt, I'm not gonna that it has some hidden meaning or like very deep. It's just a t-shirt,
Okay. Well, congratulations. It's nice to see you happy, and hopefully you're gonna enjoy those seeds against Hera. That, if I'm not mistaken, is gonna be the next Wednesday. So you have time to also train and practice. Take care, and good luck in the next round.
Thank you very much. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Guys, you have seen, guys, super motivated, super happy. And well, that's definitely the mentality.